Fernando Mendoza played in preseason week 2 versus the Houston Texans. The most remembered play and moment from that game was the pick six he threw, and that made a lasting impression on people. I can say after watching the entire game and every rep Mendoza took, his performance really wasn't that bad. There are flaws to talk about, and we will, but I think it was a good overall night from the rookie quarterback in his second game, but we'll jump in and talk about it together. We'll start with the worst of the night, the pick six. So it was actually a very simple mistake that let this happen. It is a sail concept to Mendoza's left side. He takes his drop off of play action and watches the sail route develop. He saw enough, maybe feels time is running out and wants to check it down now. Mike Washington is on the right hash as Mendoza sees him and readies the throw. Washington starts moving to Mendoza's left and the ball comes out, remaining right, and it is intercepted. I think Mendoza adjusted as much as he could to get the throw left, but couldn't completely adjust to meet Washington's adjustment, and the ball ends up in the defender's hands. And you really thought Fernando Mendoza would give up? No, of course he'll try to make the chase down tackle attempt. Now we can start talking about the entire performance instead of focusing on one play or letting that one play shape the narrative of Mendoza's entire night. This pass was 2 plays before the interception, and probably Fernando's best throw. The McVay tree calls this concept cores. Mendoza drops back and he's very aware of his hook defender and his curl route. Fernando throws the curl route like he's throwing some sort of in cut in the first window. The curl is covered by the hook defender, but not if the ball is placed right where he put it, where it clears that hook defender. A very impressive rep and throw from this game, and that's what you call seeing the field well. Another example of him working his brain here: empty formation, sun concept to his left, line concept to the right, tagged with an over, and that just means this over the ball route. Fernando takes it, looks left, moves on, drills the over with the mic overplaying Fernando's eyes. It's really quick process and decisive play at the quarterback position. We've covered some of the bad and some of the highlights. Mendoza, in his year at Indiana, and so far this year, loves keeping it simple. He keeps it from getting too high and risky without touching the real low lows. And this plays a good example. Says no to the fade route outside, too much clutter inside, might as well take the swing lead and let my guy, who's set up in space, do his best and gain some yards. Smash concept now to his right, and Fernando drops from under center. Scopes it out and does not look for a reason to throw a crazy window or attempt something risky. He just takes the open man he sees in the flat, and he'd do it again. Now on a keeper concept, and Fernando doesn't have to think twice. He'll take the open read 100 times out of 100 times. Mendoza can play boring football, but that means consistency, smart, and reliable at the quarterback position. Now, you can play boring, but you better be prepared to hit something when you have it. This is a high cross variation with a little Omaha concept built in underneath. The design is to go deep here, but Mendoza sees pressure screaming in and quickly finds his hot answer in space. Still a good job, not forcing anything, working the offense how it's supposed to work. Now this is where I have issues. It is another high cross variation. We'll watch Jack Besh and Malik Benson running their routes and doing their jobs. This latch route works as the down safety attaches. Malik Benson gets free over top as the primary in the progression, but back it up to when Mendoza's actually throwing it. Real clean pocket, just too quick to the check down and throws as the latch route does its job. Fernando didn't even give it a shot or a look. Just too quick to get safe, and I understand yards were still gained, but more were on the table. For Mendoza to let it go, he needs absolute confidence in what he's seeing. This is another sail concept and it's snapped. Fernando's got great protection around him. He waits for the sail to break, and that's not even enough for him to pull the trigger. Finally built enough confidence and let it fly. The ball is actually left a little behind and brought coverage back into play a little, but luckily still complete. This is simply too cautious and too safe to play quarterback in the National Football League. I guarantee you Clint Kubiak is pointing out this same stuff, and I'm sure even Mendoza knows he needs to loosen up a bit. At Indiana, I had this exact worry. I saw so many systematic, quick throws without direct translation one-to-one with what the NFL asks of quarterbacks. Another thing that wasn't quite on par is shown here. I don't see him as a playmaker, magic man at quarterback, and you really don't have to be, but when he has a 300-pounder to beat one-on-one, he doesn't even try to, and instead he dirts the ball to go to the next play. Coming out of college, I saw Mendoza as a low variance, limited ceiling, point guard, systematic robot, and mentally sharp individual. It's really not surprising to see what we are seeing. He was drafted first overall, and as of late, that's meant franchise flipper, instant success with flash and overwhelming talent. But that's just not the archetype for Fernando Mendoza. We know he can carve you up, boringly or with great precision, and he wins with his mind, his robotic playstyle, and the killer consistency. So let him settle in and get to that point. He's rushing his feet right now and may lean on the safer options, but it's his second game, and we're talking preseason football. No need to overreact and make some final statements right now. Everyone's got a chance to fail, but also to succeed. When you look at the human Mendoza is, I think you want to bet on the succeed option as a more likely outcome, but knowing that it'll have to be his own way over time and done the right way. Anyways, that'll be it for me. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, go down, subscribe, watch the best content on the channel. It'd mean a lot, and I'll see you guys next time.